Processing approach. The information processing approach emphasizes that children manipulate information, monitor it, and strategize about it. Central to this approach are the processes of memory and thinking. Based on the information processing approach, children develop a gradually increasing capacity for processing information, which allows them to acquire increasingly complex knowledge and skills. Siegler 254. The information processing approach is based on a number of things, including 1. Information made available by the environment is processed by a series of processing systems: attention, perception, short-term memory. 2. These processing systems transform or alter the information in systematic ways. 3. The aim of the research is to specify the processes and structures that underlie cognitive performance. 4. Information processing in humans resembles that in computers. Information processing models consist of a series of stages or boxes, which represent stages of processing. Arrows indicate the flow of information from one stage to the next. Input processes are concerned with the analysis of the stimuli. Storage processes cover everything that happens to the stimuli internally in the brain and can include coding and manipulation of the stimuli. Output processes are responsible for preparing an appropriate response to a stimulus. As children grow and mature, and as they experience the world, their information processing abilities increase, influenced by concurrent increases in both capacity and speed of processing. These two characteristics of capacity and speed are often referred to as cognitive resources and are proposed to have an important influence on memory and problem solving. The development of the computer in the 1950s and 1960s had an important influence on the psychology and was in part responsible for the cognitive approach becoming the dominant approach to modern psychology. When we are selectively attending to one activity, we tend to ignore other stimulation, although our attention can be attracted by someone else, like the telephone ringing or someone using our name. Psychologists are interested in what makes us attend to one thing rather than another, why we sometimes switch our attention to something that was previously attended to, and how many things we can attend to at the same time. One way of conceptualizing attention is to think of humans as information processors who can only process a limited amount of information at a time without becoming overloaded. Broadbent and others in the 1950s adopted a model of the brain as a limited capacity information processing system through which external input is transmitted. According to Robert Siegler, 3 mechanisms work together to create changes in children's cognitive skills: encoding, automaticity, and strategy construction. Encoding is the process by which information gets stored in memory. Changes in children's cognitive skills depend on increased skill at encoding relevant information and ignoring the irrelevant information. For example, a 4-year-old's cursive writing is a shape very different from the print, but a 10-year-old has learned to encode the relevant fact that both are the letter S and to ignore the irrelevant differences in their shape. Automaticity refers to the ability to process information with little or no effort. As a result, as information processing becomes more automative, we can complete tasks more quickly and handle more than one task at a time. Imagine how long it would take you to read this page if you did not encode words automatically, but instead focused your attention on each letter in each word.